it anywhere.
Hello guys, welcome to Pillow Talks, and if you're new on this channel, please like, subscribe and push the notification buttons. So hello guys, how are we doing today?
I'm good, thank you.
Hello. So today we have the lovely James.
Hey.
And we have the beautiful Sahar.
Hi.
Thank you again guys for coming, always blessing me with your presence. Always a good conversation.
Pleasure.
How are you guys feeling today?
Vibrant.
You feeling like a snack?
No, baby,
you're
I'm
looking
a
like
full course meal.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you looking all bossy today, girl. So, how are you feeling today,
I'm feeling
sweetheart?
calm.
Are you always feeling calm, aren't you? It always brings that nice, divine, spiritual kind of calm energy. We love it. Yes, namaste.
I can't be hot.
We'll save that for the originals, isn't it? So guys, today's topic, we're going to be speaking about today's topic, we're going to be speaking about how do we deal with a breakup. So how do we heal after a breakup? So let's just jump right in. Gemma, when the last time you went through a breakup, like, how did it transpire? How did you go about repairing yourself and getting yourself back to being yourself? Because I know obviously breakups can be very traumatic depending on, you know, the length of the relationship and how much time you invested in the relationship and our own ideologies that we put on the relationships and our fantasies about the relationships. So depending on all those factors, I'd like to know your experience.
So, when I first broke up with them, I was lost. I didn't know where I was going. And then I took a trip to Australia and New Zealand and it changed my life.
Let's go back. How long was you with this partner for, and what was the breakup about, and how did that transpire?
We was together for 12 years and we had just like...
12 years?
Yeah.
Whoa. 12 years a slave. Sorry, I kid.
You're gonna say
I was
that,
joking.
Girl. Hey.
Oh, this is a serious topic.
Sorry,
go on. Slave.
12 years
Yeah.
together. We grew apart. He had an idea of me and who I was and who he wanted me to be. And it just weren't me.
How old was you when you met him?
17.
Okay, so you was fairly young.
Yeah.
Just starting out in the world.
I didn't even know who I was then.
Of course.
Plus, I was suffering from social anxiety.
Really? Gemma?
Yeah. Like, the person that you see today is not the same person that you would have seen back then.
12 years a slave. Let me take a sip of my drink.
And then, like, the one thing that my grandma said to me on one of the last times I saw her, she was like, never let anyone dull your shine because you changed in that relationship.
Wow.
So that's one thing I'm not willing to compromise on in going forward. Like,
why do you think you changed in the relationship?
So, you know, this whole alpha, gamma, whatever that, all those categories.
Yeah.
I didn't want him to feel like less of a man. I knew I could do my thing and be successful. Yeah. But I never wanted him to feel like less of a man. I wanted him to always take charge.
I see.
And then, like, his religion started to take control of that because he was Muslim. So
I see.
And once he got deeper into that, he wanted me to follow suit. And then he was starting to dictate my friendship circle and telling me who I can and can't be friends with and how to dress. Yeah, it started to get mad.
Yeah. So did you convert with him?
No.
So
I said, you didn't meet me that way, so I'm not going to be that way.
Oh, so he converted within the 12 years?
He was already Muslim, but he just got into his religion.
Oh, okay, so was he born Muslim?
Yeah.
Oh, I see. I see. That's interesting. So you took a trip?
Many therapies, going on mountains and river walks, going to the sea and just doing a lot of meditation. Having my dad around was actually another thing. I never spent that much time with my dad as well, so that was another key element to the healing process. Because it was getting a positive male's perspective. I've never had that in my life before.
Okay. Has your dad always been in your relationship, in your life, sorry?
No. I met my dad when I was 21 because he's always lived in Australia and New Zealand.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so I met him when I was 21, and when I went over there, I was, how old? I was 29.
Oh, my gosh.
Yeah.
Wow. That is amazing. So having another male helped you to heal?
Yeah, definitely. And I spent a lot of time with my brother, my younger brother.
Yeah.
And my other family. But yeah, that was a good
so
healing
beautiful.
process for me.
Wow. That sounds like a movie. Literally, like meeting your father, going through a breakup, then meeting your father, and then healing through that whole process of getting to know your father from the breakup of your last partner.
Yeah, because he's quite affectionate as well, and that's something that I've never really experienced from a man. Anyway. He's always down for a cuddle. Yeah, I love a good cuddle.
Oh yeah,
that's so cute. So yeah, there's a lot of healing in cuddles as well. I must say.
Yeah. So it's almost like you grew out of that relationship and into a butterfly. And I guess now you'd obviously be better equipped at sort of finding someone who is more suited to your taste.
Yes.
And to your spirit, to speak.
The world, when the retrograde comes around, you got to notice the signs that when it's presenting the wrong one to you, you got to notice the signs.
Yeah, 100%.
I fell into that trap once, never again.
Yeah. So is that like the biggest sort of relationship breakup that you've had, where you've had to actually go and do some self-reflection and self-healing? And
I had to figure out who I was as well, because outside of being someone's girlfriend and a mother, I didn't know who I was. Who is Gemma? What does Gemma want to do?
I think it's funny because in relationships you can really just get caught up with being the provider emotionally and mentally, and being the mother, and just being, I know they say the men are the head of the households, but the women have a massive part to play in it as well, and you can just forget about what you actually wanted and your goals and the things that you aspired to be. And
exactly.
Getting back to that is it can be quite daunting as well. It can be quite daunting because it's almost like you have to be selfish, and some people don't really get it. They kind of just see like, oh, you've changed, or you've changed for the worse, but no, actually this has always been me, but I've had to suppress it because I've been in this long relationship and certain things probably weren't, invited or weren't accepted, and I didn't feel like I could be my authentic self. So thanks for sharing. So what's your experience with how do you heal? How do you heal after a breakup?
I've had quite a few toxic, narcissistic relationships, and I think to understand that codependency and what we had and not feel, I used to think that was love. Yeah. With a lot of them, until quite a long relationship. And I think when I lost my mum, that's what made me hit really rock bottom and do self-work and healing. Yeah. And then I went back to him because he felt like home and he was the closest thing to that. But it was so toxic and just broken anyway. That working on yourself. Went to Thailand as well. Nature.
Oh my God! So travelling's a big thing, isn't it?
Nature is the most healing thing, regardless of your spiritual beliefs, background, what you think about the universe. Like, it's just so grounding and it's present, and you learn how to be present and appreciate it, and practice gratitude and be grateful for small mercies and what you do have. Yeah. And then I think your standards, once you get that's real self-love. You get to know who you are, your standards, and that's all growth. I think that's like how you heal and how you set the bar for the next people that you date. And I've dated many. I haven't been in love for 17 years with anyone new. Wow. But I've dated many. I think the last few months I've only just met someone that I could potentially see a future with, who is good enough, whereas the others haven't been. So it's just a growth process. And
do you think going through that whole healing process then helps you to have a better mindset and outlook on what you do want, and even what you attract towards you.
Yeah. And the energy that you give and what you put up with, I wouldn't put up with the same toxic narcissistic traits. But you understand why if you understand yourself and why you were like that, say if it was usually always a mother-father issue, abandonment or betrayal or heartbreak or abuse or whatever, and then same as the other person, they're looking for, because I'm a holistic healing therapist now, I've noticed that when you're anyone in trauma, when they're in fight or flight mode, they will easily think that's love if that's what they've been brought up on, and so that's why people
gravitate to that.
And that's why we all have narcissistic relationships, because that's what it stems down to. But there's so many ways out, and
so what sort of healing do you services do you give for, like, specifically for breakups?
So inner child work.
And what does that entail?
That would be going back to timeline healing, so going back to your younger self and the place where you were traumatised. Where things firstly happened, like with parents or whatever, or experiences when you were younger, and also working on your theta brain state, your subconscious mind, and reprogramming your belief system. It's a bit like hypnotherapy, theta healing. And you get to just reprogram, a bit like what's the word when we have what was the word when you've got not mantras, but you have those
affirmations.
But you can download them straight to your subconscious mind in an instant, rather than having to repeat them all the time.
Okay, what's the process of that? I need to do that.
It's really instant, because time and distance are like a man-made thing. In a quantum field, there is no time and space. It is like a man-made thing. So we can just, once we bring something to light from the subconscious mind, that expands your consciousness. And we actually only use, of our subconscious mind, we use about 96% of it. So our conscious mind is only about 6 to 8% that we use. So we're not actually that clever as we think. So there's so much to uncover there. And like especially the first 7 years of your life, when you are in a theta brainwave state, and your traumas are being programmed to you. So it's very interesting, and probably for another.
It's very interesting. We'll have to do a whole show on your whole holistic approach to healing.
My thing is forgiveness. Once I've forgiven you, I don't really want to be rehashing it and be bringing it back up. I've forgiven you.
I think for me, healing as well, like after a breakup, I tend to start with myself, and why I got myself into that relationship, or even why I stayed in that relationship. And because I'm the sort of person, I will kind of be like, oh, what did I do? Like, how could I have prevented it? So I kind of look to myself first, and then ultimately forgive myself for putting myself through that.
That's the first step.
Forgiving myself for putting me through that. And it's funny, because I like to go away as well, but I don't think I've ever gone away for healing, for relationship. I just like to go away to heal. Like if I've had like a really stressful year or a stressful few months, that is my process of going away and just maybe being by myself and just really thinking. Or sometimes I even just go to a hotel in London or outside of London and
a little breakaway.
Burn my incense, play my music, have my candles, and like literally just sit in my thoughts and process everything in my own space. And I think for me that's what really helps me. But forgiving yourself first, and moving forward and processing. processing it.
Guilt is actually the lowest vibrational emotion.
Yeah, get rid of it.
Than grief, and so you really have to come to peace with that, because it will eat you up. Literally, all your cells in your body will eat you up with guilt.
Oh God, thanks for that.
Not to be guilty
And
about
anger.
anything.
Yeah. No, I'm going to eat that chocolate cake.
Anything that affects my happiness, it's a write-off.
Yeah. No, definitely.
It's a straight cut off.
Definitely.
Don't make me cry on my birthday.
Protect your energy and protect your peace. It's very important.
Yeah.
So yeah,
and
guys.
Should come before you.
Yeah, guys. It's a really. I mean, we could talk about this for hours. But yeah, thank you both for coming.
Thank you.
You've enlightened me with your experiences, and now hopefully the people at home who's watching have been enlightened. So guys, if you've had any breakups and you want to know how to heal, or want some opinions or experiences, watch the show and comment below. Thank you for watching. Thank you guys.
Bye.
Bye.